lovelies, it is time for my November Wheel of TBR, so stay tuned. So if you watched last month's Wheel of TBR, you know things are kind of crazy at the moment. We just moved and I still haven't gotten my books unpacked. I also have an Einstein right here. And I'm currently filming this in my sunroom because it is really the only place I can do it right now. Everything is filled with boxes everywhere. You can see some of my books are in here in these boxes. It's just kind of crazy around here. So last month when I did my wheel, I didn't have a dry erase marker to mark the things. I also didn't have my cards to change the prompts or any of that. Hopefully my prompts are showing up with this lighting. But I did go and buy a dry erase marker. I still haven't unpacked. I couldn't find the box that has all my stuff in it yet. So I bought a marker. I'm gonna go ahead and do the marking from last month as I kind of tell you how I did for my spins last month. So starting off, I had some rollovers. I had The Stardust Thief. I did read that. The Girl in 6E. I haven't read it, but I'm rolling it over again. The Speaker. I haven't read it, but I'm rolling it over again. And then my first spin was graphic novel. And for that one, I selected Lock and Key. I have not read it, and I'm rolling it over. Then for my next spin, I landed on Coffee, which gave me 4 marks there. And for that, I was to read Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson, and I have not read that, but I am going to roll it over. And then I got Mystery, and for that one, I was to read The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, and I have not read that. So I'm going to go ahead and do a punishment spin because I'm not rolling that one over. So well, no, I'll wait until the end because I have markings to do first. But I will do a punishment spin for that one. And then I was back on Coffee, which gave me 5 here. Let me erase those. And I was to read The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie. I forget who the author is. I did read that. Okay, got that erased. And then the next thing I landed on was Cards Against My TBR Question, which also gave me 5. So at this point I had to do 2 bonus spins. And for that one, I was to read Alice by Christina Henry. I did not read that one, so I'm going to roll it over. And then for my bonus spins, I was to read, first one was for middle grade, which I don't mark on the bonus spins. For that, I was to read The School for Good and Evil. I did not read it, and I'm rolling it over. And then my next one, the bonus spin, was for Treat Your Shelf. And I selected What Lies Between Us by John Mars. And I didn't read that. And I'm not going to roll that one over. So I'm going to have a punishment spin for that one as well. So I've got 2 punishment spins I need to do. So let's do those real quick and put those marks on the board. So punishment spin number 1. I will be marking on Alternate World here. And then punishment spin number 2. Graphic novel. Okay, so if you're new here, welcome. Wheel of TBR is one of my multiple TBR games that I play in order to select my TBR for the month. I spin 5 times. Each time I spin, I mark the board. Normally, I would also change out the prompt, but because I'm in the middle of all the moving, unpacking, packing, all that stuff, I don't have my prompts right now. But in the future, I will change them out. But for right now, we're just going to go with what's on here. And when I get 5 marks on the board on any one spot, I have to do a bonus spin. I don't mark on my bonus spins, but I do have to do a bonus spin. Okay, now that we're caught up with that, let's see. For the long list, long list of Have I Read It's that I had to roll over, I will just tell you that I did read Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab, Unforgotten by Jessica Brody, Spelled by Betsy Chow, and Back to the Future graphic novel. And the rest of them rolling over. And then for my most recent Have I Read It, and if you don't know, Have I Read It is the thing that you actually get to vote on what I add to my TBR. So for Have I Read It number 43, the winner was Arch Enemies by Marissa Meyer. So I will be using that hopefully to fit a prompt on the wheel. And then for Have I Read It number 44, the winner was Challenger Deep. So maybe I can get that to fit as well. I also have 3 buddy reads that I will be doing in the month of November. So I'll be reading Wicked and Son of a Witch. They're actually rereads for me by, I think it's Gregory Maguire. And then I'm also going to be reading These Deadly Games with my coffee patrons. And that is by Diana Urban. My book buddy of the month selected our buddy read. And she also selected The Princess Bride is what we're going to have for our movie watch. Okay, so now that we've got all that stuff sorted and I have a marker I can actually do my markings this time, let's just get started with spin number 1. Out of comfort zone. Let's see. So I just received a book in the mail. It's one of my Once Upon a Book Club boxes, and the box was severely damaged, and there's actually one of the gifts missing, and I had to contact Once Upon a Book Club about it. But the book's fine and the rest of the gifts are fine. So I think I'm going to use that one because I had to open it up and check everything out, and so I know what the book is. Let me go grab it. Unfortunately, whatever the gift was that busted or got lost or whatever, it definitely leaked. The book's fine, but it's a really strong perfume smell, which like almost gave me a headache instantly. So I'm having to air that out. But the book is Lord of the Fly Fest by Goldie Moldavsky. And I believe this is a Lord of the Flies retelling. And in the past, I haven't really been a big fan of Lord of the Flies retellings, so we'll see. But I figure this is a good one to do just because the box is destroyed, so I might as well read the book and be able to throw all the box stuff away. So let's mark that. Oh, and at this point we do have like 4 danger zones on the board with Have I Read It, Cards Against My TBR Answer, and Fantasy. Those all have 4 marks on it. So if I land on any of those, I have a bonus spin. Okay, spin number 2. Graphic novel. You know what? I have one right here. This is Spell on Wheels, Just to Get to You. And it is volume 2 in the Spell on Wheels series. And it's just a cute little witchy road trip revenge type thing, and I enjoyed the first one, and I was able to get this one on Book Outlet, so yay. That is what I'm going to select for that one, and we will mark it. Okay, spin number 3. Oh, I knew it was gonna happen. Fantasy. Okay, so let me erase these because that gives us 5 on this one, and I'll see what book I can find. You know what? I think for this one I'm going to use Wicked by Gregory Maguire. It's a Wizard of Oz kind of origin type story, like the Wicked Witch's origin story. I believe that's how it would kind of be classified. But either way, it's fantasy. It counts. And I don't have it right here. I actually don't know that I physically own that book. I think I did once upon a time, but I don't know if I do now. But yes, that's what I'm going to select for fantasy. And we do have a 1 bonus spin now. Okay, so that was spin number 3, so spin number 4. Ooh, author that I love. Ooh, perfect. I love Neil Shusterman's writing. Everything he writes, I have absolutely loved. And my Have I Read It, my last Have I Read It is a Neil Shusterman book. So for this, I'm going to select Challenger Deep. Yay. And let's put a mark on that one. Woohoo. Okay. I'm not feeling bad about this right now. That was spin number 4. This last one, or it's not the last one, but this spin here is the last one that I could possibly get a bonus spin on. All right, spin number 5. Reread. I know exactly what I'm going to use for this. So I said at the beginning that Wicked and Son of a Witch are rereads for me. So that's what I'm going to select. I'm going to select Son of a Witch for that one. Yay. Putting a mark on that. And that's the last of the regular spins. All we have left is 1 bonus spin. Thank goodness this month has gone kind of in my favor. I need things easy. All right. First bonus spin. I guess I should have said only bonus spin. But for that one, I have Sprayed Edges. Let me think. I believe I have a newer book that has sprayed edges. So let me go and see what I can find. Okay, so for this, I have 4 different options. I have A Broken Blade by Melissa Blair. And this is so pretty. I don't really know right offhand. I can't remember what this is. There's Fae. I'm guessing high fantasy kind of thing. Then we have Nothing More to Tell by Karen M. McManus. And this would be like a YA thriller. Then we have A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. And I want to say, I think this is like Dracula's Wife, I believe. And then I have Wild is the Witch by Rachel Griffin. And it has these pretty sprayed edges. I think I'm between these 2. Let me see. Alright, it looks like Wild is the Witch is the shorter of the 2. So I think I'm going to go with this one. Because I need quick and easy. And I hope I can find an audiobook for this. So this is what I'm going to select for sprayed edges. Okay, so I have these 3 plus Wicked, Son of a Witch, and Challenger Deep for the spins. Then I also have these Deadly Games and Arch Enemies. I have all of my rollovers, which are a lot, including all of those Have I Read It's that I haven't read. So I think, plus my cards against my TBR. Future editing me here, I needed to interrupt this video because I realized that I forgot to tell you what I was reading for my TBR Knockout and for Buzzwordathon. So for TBR Knockout, the theme is Roll Back the Clocks. So the first prompt is to read a book with time travel. So for that, I will be reading The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Neffenegger. And then for the second prompt, it's to read a book with time in the title or series name. And for that, I'm going to read The Time of Green Magic by Hilary McKay. And then for buzzword that is words that end in ing. I will be reading Daughter of the Pirate King for that. I think I have like 20 books on my TBR. Could be more. I may not be thinking of everything. It's a little tricky when I don't have all of the books on hand. So it looks like my TBR is incredibly small, but it's not. Okay, so have you guys read any of these books? Did you like them? Did you not? Comment down below and let me know. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye.